Hello Factorio people. Welcome to the road to Space Age. Space Age is coming out in 4 weeks, if you can believe it. And I was theory crafting stuff that we could maybe do beforehand. And also I had some thoughts and opinions that I want to share. So let's first, this is a very old blueprint I've had for a long time. My bootstrap base, and it kind of works for the most part, but I think it's a bit overscaled. We know with Space Age and 2.0, well, at least with Space Age, we know that the rocket silo is being moved to blue science. So I thought it might be prudent to try and have a bit more of a better bootstrap base that can supply us red, green, military and blue science. Because in the greater scheme of things is that I don't really know what I'm going to do for content creation when Space Age and Factorio 2.0 comes out. And this is where my hot take comes in. So hold on to your butts for that one. Let's first quickly go over to factoriolab.github.io, shall we? And have a quick look. So if we say we want a modest 30 of each of the first 4 science packs, what does that involve? That involves not even a full belt of iron. Some of that needs to be turned into steel, but not much. Let me change the default furnace to a stone furnace. Yeah, not a huge amount of steel. Half a belt of copper. Some bricks probably. Yeah, so like a token amount of stone. Token amount of bricks. So it's not a lot, basically. And then, I mean, maybe. I don't want to put robot frames or anything like that on here because we don't know if the robot frame recipe is going to stay the same or change or whatever. But I thought I would try and change the... Let me go back to Factorio for you. So I thought I would try and change the starter base. Because my issue with this when I've used it in the past is that it's fine. It gets you all the red and green sciences. Don't have green science actually done. Shift left click. I'm using a mod called editor extensions, but I've not really spent a lot of time in the editor anyway, so I couldn't tell you what is the vanilla editor and what is editor extensions. These 3 should be making logistic science. I've used this a bit in the past. I liked it for the most part. But what I found was that it didn't really lend itself to scaling up. I kind of had to build this and then just build another base anyway. So this was just a glorified early game mall, really, more than anything. So it's kind of overscaled for that purpose, but it's underscaled for producing science and actually getting stuff sorted. So it's a good base, as in a good start, not a good actual base. That's kind of the point of the video. So we only need 1 belt of iron, and that includes turning some of it into steel. So let's do that. That said 12 of these, didn't it? So let's sort this out. Connect you with here. Right. So yes, let's. I know you're on bated breath. I don't know what my system's going to be when the game comes out. Whether I'm going to do a full playthrough and then record content later. And my opinion is that, and I'm not trying to antagonize anybody or be rude or anything. My general opinion is that it is quite unfair in a way that certain people are going to have unrestricted access to the game a long time before anybody else. Now let me put a caveat down there and say that I understand it it's a good business decision for everyone involved in that, for sure. I keep pressing the buttons from shapes, like thinking that C is the pipette tool, which is very annoying in a regular playthrough because C shoots your weapon at a friendly target, which you can't do otherwise. I should build this in such a way that it doesn't matter which way the coal is coming in from, shouldn't I? Let's build it this way, or just assume that the coal's going to come in from the top. Does this work? Is this what I want to happen? Yeah, sure. Me, a small, extremely small content creator, to the point that I just may as well not exist. That's a different conversation. I'm going to get the game, and I'm going to make content for it. People who are in the circle, they are in the inner circle of content creation. They have the game. They have played the game. They are able to access the game, make content. All they're doing is they're just waiting for the embargo to end. And they will have videos ready to go as soon as that embargo is over. And as I say, I understand it. I get it. It's a very sensible business decision. You want advertising for your game as soon as it comes out. You want there to be buzz. You want there to be already stuff going on rather than just nothing going on that first week. So I do get it. I'm talking from a very selfish point of view here, to be honest with you. That is probably the main rebuttal for any of this, is that you're Fenton, you're being very selfish. That is true. I want some green chips also to come out of here. So some of this, the iron needs to be prioritised to come out, and then some of that needs to be turned into steel. How much steel, I don't know, and how much of this maul is necessary. So the old maul, gear wheels, belts into a chest, and then some belts and more belts into... Maybe I could probably tidy this up a bit, right? How many belts go into a splitter? 4. And how many go into an underground? 5. I could probably tidy this up a bit. So as a small content creator, I don't really have any hope whatsoever of having any of my videos push through that early algorithm, because my videos will be, and there'll be a lot of these videos. Somebody does a Let's Play of Factorio Space Age, they open the game, they hit record, they press new game. Other content creators who've had the game for a long time, they've had access to it, they've had time to, we might potentially see videos on that first day, first week, here's how to get started in Factorio 2.0, and those videos are going to just dominate the conversation. And I also don't want to be rude about it, but there are a lot of people, and you see this when you go to the subreddit, that you see a lot of people who have got the game, they don't really know what they're doing. That's fine, but unfortunately the first port of call is not to try and work it out or even go to the wiki or something. They either take a picture of their monitor with their phone and upload it to Reddit and say, I've attached 18 steam boilers to one turbine and nothing's happening. Or they'll go to YouTube and they'll get a massive blueprint book that someone's made, watch a video about how to do it, and just plop it down. So I almost want to say the meta, which is such a stupid thing to say for a single player game. The meta is going to be hugely defined by basically whoever gets their videos out first. How can I squeeze this in here in a nice way? Probably this, right? Can I probably should try and squeeze these together a bit better as well. Whoops. And I feel a little bit like that the original Factorio way, where we, sorry, I'm still desperately trying to remember the buttons here, the buttons that aren't shapes too. You know, we're not all going to be working the game out from scratch. That'll be true to an extent. But we're already, you know, people are going to they're going to have videos in their back pocket ready to go about the best way to work out, the best way to do quality, the best way to do recycling, the best way to do your space platform, you know? And for me, this is a game about creativity and community, especially. And I just feel a little bit like by giving an insular circle free rein for quite a long time, let's be honest, that it's going to take some of that away, and it's going to suddenly be, all right, this is the only way. This is the only way to do this, because this is the, you know, the one person who's able to make YouTube content has made YouTube content about it, and they've said this is the best way to do it, and so then everyone's going to do it like that. And then little old me here is like, oh, this could be an interesting way to do it, maybe, or have we tried doing it like this, or I've tried it like this and it's kind of good. My videos will sit there on 4 views, 5 dislikes, because all of my videos are going to be like this, where I'm like, oh, what's going on, what are the buttons, I don't understand. And it's going to be bad content. And the content might be good eventually, in a month, 2 months' time, once I got to grips with everything and I know everything that's going on, but the algorithm by that point will have decided these content creators are the Factorio 2 content creators. You put Factorio 2 into YouTube, you will find these channels and you won't find much else. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being unnecessarily paranoid about it. And as I say, I do think that your main rebuttal to that is probably, that's quite a selfish way to think about it. Why doesn't Power Grid Cone want to tidy this up? Is it because I was pressing rate calculator? No, because rate calculator would have brought that window up. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I kind of feel like that, and that I want to play the game and enjoy the game. And I almost feel like worrying about content creation is now moot. I may as well not worry about content creation for it at all. And I'll just do what I did with regular Factorio and just wait, like literally 4 years, and be like, right, I feel confident enough to make decent content about this now. So yeah. Alright, let me, so we need, this says we only need 2 machines making electronic circuits, but electronic circuits go into the mall so much that I'll do extra of this. I will do extra of this. So some iron will come this way. Probably want to split it here, right? Can't put this here because then this will be affected by this splitter. So this does have to be down one slightly. It's very much like I've said that I don't care about this being my job, or I don't do this with the intention of being able to do this full time, and I don't think I'd even really want to do it full time. But that, in a way, is what puts me in a position to be able to say these things without annoying. Well, you know, because it doesn't matter if I annoy people. I'm not going to burn any bridges. But a modest content creator might have to just bite their tongue and be like, yeah, it's a shame that other people are going to get access before me, because that means that my videos are going to be 1-2 months behind unless I do nothing but play Factorio Space Age. And even if I do that, my videos will still be of a poor quality because, yeah. Okay. Right, that's enough talking about that. Okay, so we want some copper's going to be turned into green circuits. The green circuits will move along here. And then this says we need, yeah, we only need 2 assemblers making green circuits for a fifth of a belt. So we can merge the green circuits and the copper at that point. Is that a good idea? Merge the green circuits and the copper? It's probably fine, right? No, that's not a good idea. Because copper and iron go into red science. Green science needs inserters and belts. Do I want to put my... Maybe I should put my inserters and belts... Some of it from the mall goes into the science. Because you don't need a whole machine making... If I change this and show you here where the green science is, even a whole assembler making inserters and belts is too much. So I should probably do that. And as we know, an inserter is gear wheels and a circuit and some plates, he said confidently off the top of his head. Why can't I find it? There it is. Iron plate, an iron gear wheel, an electronic circuit, and a belt is an iron plate and an iron gear wheel. So we probably makes more sense to have... What up here? I'm pretty sure I had circuits. I should probably feed this in such a way, shouldn't I? Let's use editor extensions to... This is now a mod showcase for editor extensions. Infinity chest, sure. That means I'm also going to need a loader. Are the loaders in this? Infinity loader. Creates or destroys items on a belt using customizable filters. So that might have been better to pick in the first place. Oh yeah, look at that. That's neat. Cool. So you're this. You were copper, and you are stone, and then the stone one is kind of irrelevant, really. This also has the game speed up. Does the regular editor have this? I don't know. So I mean, it works. It's pretty good, right? I mean, it's okay. It's not the best. So I had copper... and steel sharing a belt. That does make a bit more sense. So much of the early game mall is just plates, iron gear wheels, and circuits. You don't even really need the copper in the mall until you get down to you need wires to make lights, and you need copper plates to make the pylons. Why you don't need the copper wires to make the pylons? And this is the other thing that makes me in two minds about whether I want to, how much effort I want to put into this, because there's a good chance that they decide, you know, oh, actually we should make this big copper wire, shouldn't we? Let's make this copper wire and not copper plates. So, yeah. So maybe I won't do anything at all. Is there any guarantee that red and green science will have the same recipe? We don't know. We don't know these things. It might actually be worth not doing anything at all. I suppose I could always just keep this one in my back pocket, and then if it is the same, then I've got it. If it's not the same, then I can make one from scratch. So yeah, alright, there we go. That's the end of that video then. Brilliant stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments, of course. I'm being respectful about it, okay? As I say, I fully understand the decision. It makes a lot of sense for all of the parties involved. It does just make things worse for the people who are potentially trying to break through. They're on the cusp of being able to break through and become a Factorio content creator. Not that I'm saying I'm that. I'm not saying I'm that. There are people out there, though, who would consider themselves just on the cusp of being able to get into that, but not quite. And this seems very unfair to those people. Yes, I mean, we don't owe those people anything, of course. Nobody owes those people anything. Should everybody who's ever made a Factorio video for YouTube get early access? No. This probably happens all the time for other things. You know, obviously it happens with reviews and things, but... So yeah, it's a bit... Obviously it's you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. What about my back, huh? My back needs scratching, who's gonna do that? Okay. I might make a few more of these videos. Not ranting, obviously, just maybe there's some other things we can do in getting ready. 'Cause I know for a fact that I've already made a backup of my blueprints, so don't like, you know, let's get rid of all of the blueprints, because these are all going to just be irrelevant. Especially, just get rid of them. Goodbye. Is there a quicker way to do this? Probably I could just delete the file from my app data, especially now that I've made a backup of it, but... And my mods as well, I should probably delete all the mods. Yeah. Just one single blueprint of this. What was I thinking? I don't know. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. Drop your hot takes. This is a hot take safe zone. I will allow them. I will allow any of them and every of them. Oh, this is Michael Hendricks' self-balancing starter base. Interesting. There we go. No more blueprints. Why did I do that if I just said that I was going to keep that starter base blueprint? Alright, well, this is okay. I'm not a smart man, folks. We know this to be true. This is the only blueprint I will keep. Here we go. Bootstrap base 4 2.0. There we go. This is the only blueprint I will need. I'll put this in the comments, shall I? There you go. That's my gift for you. Put this in the comments. If you got any other suggestions of things that you might want to, like, oh, what's the best, what can we do about this, or what would you recommend doing about this before 2.0, then please let me know, and I'll make a video on them. Really, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a free-thinking discussion, shall we? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please let me know with a like or a comment, and if you want to see more Factorio Space Age and factory games in general, be sure to subscribe. Other than that, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.